So you've just booted up Modern Warfare 2 Remastered and jumped into the pit run. After getting a decent time, the game recommends that you play through the campaign on veteran difficulty, before then warning you just how difficult this can be and even double checking that you're absolutely sure that this is the mode that you want to go with. So what do you do? Well, obviously that is entirely up to you, but if you do decide to attempt veteran, we've got 5 quick tips that should hopefully make that journey just a little bit more bearable. These tips come from Spence, whom can be found over on the official SAPPHIRE Nation Discord server, linked to which in the description below this video, and he's also been kind enough to provide a lot of the footage that will also be used in this video. With that said, my name's Pixel, you're watching the SAPPHIRE Tech YouTube channel, and this is our 5 tips for beating Modern Warfare 2 Remastered on veteran difficulty. So let's get right to it. Number 5. Abuse ammo crates. In Modern Warfare 2, ammunition crates offer up an unlimited resupply of all your ammo and equipment. The 2 most interesting traits, however, are their ability to resupply your grenade launcher ammo and the fact that they can fully reload your weapons much faster than many of the standard reload animations. This is particularly useful in certain sections of the game, such as the missions Wolverines, Plaza, and the opening sections of Second Son. The sheer amount of enemies in these sections make tap firing a weapon like the M240B or spamming the M203 grenade launcher a much more efficient way of handling large groups of enemies when compared to using something with a low capacity and slow fire rate such as the M14 with its measly 10 round limit. While this tip is extremely situational, in the situations where it makes sense, it's also extremely useful. Number 4. Make use of stagger. Unlike in multiplayer, enemies in the campaign are staggered each time they are shot, and this stagger time provides an excellent opportunity for you to secure kills, relocate and make plays. Fast firing guns like SMGs, especially in akimbo, and particularly the striker shotgun are great for this. They allow you to fire on the move while being aggressive and keeping the enemy suppressed. While these kind of weapons are certainly not the most lethal that you'll find, being able to stagger your enemies and prevent them from engaging you can be critical in avoiding death. Number 3. Master explosives. Explosives in the Call of Duty campaigns are often overlooked, especially considering just how much utility they tend to offer. The Humble Frag Grenade, for instance, explodes approximately 4 seconds after the pin has been pulled, meaning that once you get a grasp of cooking them, you're pretty much able to get them to basically explode on contact, denying the enemy any time to escape the blast radius. Flashbangs, on the other hand, can't be cooked, but they have a very short fuse, making them perfect for when you find yourself in a pinch. They're great for stunning enemies, enabling you to go for kills or even repositioning, and you can even use them aggressively by pop flashing. Grenade launchers obviously launch grenades, and then grenades have a pretty generous splash radius that will instantly kill most enemies caught within their vicinity. You can even detonate them on ceilings if you're in a room, or quickly dispatch enemies behind windows or in other enclosed spaces. The moral of this story here is just don't neglect your equipment, it's very useful. Number 2. Experiment. While it is safe to say that the Call of Duty franchise is not exactly known for its player freedom, there's actually a surprising number of ways to deal with most of the challenging areas. For example, in one mission you have to avoid 2 BTRs that patrol the street. However, what you're not told is that these BTRs can be put down with a single direct hit from an RPG, making this section much easier. At other points in the game you'll come across helicopters where you're told to find something that you can take them down with. Naturally, you'll be looking for something like a Stinger, which will obviously get the job done, but did you know that you can also bring them down with regular machine gun fire or even hand grenades? Dealing with enemies using riot shields can be a real pain when you first come across them, but the game does at least offer you multiple ways of dealing with them. The easiest method is with explosives, but if you can get them to advance towards you, they're also going to expose their feet, giving you the perfect opportunity to stagger them, causing them to open themselves up for an easy takedown. Many sections of the game also contain multiple routes towards your objectives, sometimes leading towards strong flanking positions or allowing you to avoid certain angles that your loadout is simply not designed for. If you find yourself struggling at a specific section, take a step back and see if there's an alternative path that more suits your playstyle strengths and weaknesses. Put simply, if you take a closer look at your situation, there's a good chance that you're going to come across at least something that will make things a little bit easier. And finally, number 1. Take it slow. I'm serious, don't rush into things, you will die. One important thing to remember is that Veteran is designed to punish you. You're going to take much more aim displacement than you would do in other difficulties, and if the enemy lands the first shot and you're exposed in the open, then there's a very good chance that you're probably going to die. To make things worse, enemies are more accurate, more aggressive, and you yourself have around a quarter of the health that you would have on the other difficulties. You're going to pay a heavy price for the mistakes that you make, and the number one mistake that we see players making on Veteran is going too deep, too fast, and getting themselves ambushed. While you obviously want to take opportunities to be aggressive when they reveal themselves, you're also going to want to take opportunities to let your squad deal with the bulk of the main threat where possible. This may come as a bit of a surprise, but did you know that it's actually possible to make your way through around 2/3 of the campaign's heavy action set pieces without firing a single shot? While there are certainly some very difficult sections that you're going to have to fight through in order to complete the campaign on Veteran, most of the difficulty actually comes from your own impatience rather than the game's design. The good news is that the game rarely relies on infinitely respawning enemies, meaning that you're never really forced to push forward in order to fully clear most areas. If you find somewhere that's safe that allows you to take down enemies without being flanked or forced out by grenades, then take full advantage. Enemies generally spawn in waves, and you'll often notice an autosave once you've fully cleared an area, which is generally a good indication that it's now safe to progress. Pushing forward early and hitting certain trigger points can often speed up this process by preventing additional waves from spawning, but it also comes with its own risks, such as having enemies spawn behind you, triggering additional threats, or simply by exposing yourself in the first place. When it comes to Veteran in the Call of Duty franchise, slow and steady most certainly wins the race, except obviously when it doesn't. Now, before we call time on this video, I want to quickly bring up something that I personally believe is very important. Make sure that you're having fun, and make sure that you're enjoying the challenge. If you are struggling but still having fun, by all means try out these tips. However, if you're struggling and having a bad time, or you're simply just not enjoying the game anymore, then lower the difficulty. While I have gone back and completed the entire game on Veteran in order to record some of the extra footage for this video, and I honestly didn't find it all that challenging, the truth is I got so much more enjoyment from the game when the difficulty was set to hardened. By no means do I intend to belittle people's achievements. I can appreciate how good it can feel to finally overcome a challenge that you've been struggling with, and it's something that players totally deserve to feel proud of. It's just, I really don't feel like the payout is worth the hours of struggle and frustration that it's going to cause some people. Call of Duty's Veteran difficulty is not skill-based, knowledge-based, or even strategy-based. It's almost completely reliant on patience and trial and error. Sure, skill, knowledge, and a decent strategy are going to make things much easier, but they're not going to carry you through to victory. These tips, especially tips number 1 and 2, without going into mission-specific guides, lay out the foundation of a successful Veteran run, and if you keep them in mind while playing, I have absolutely no doubt that you're going to be able to reach the ending credits. Just please don't allow your goal of beating Veteran ruin your experience of the game. You're awesome, you've got nothing to prove, and your enjoyment is the real priority. On the other hand, if you're somebody that really enjoys the struggle, knock yourself out, you've got this, and we'd love to hear your stories down in the comment section below. For now, that is going to be me done for today. From myself and everybody here at the Sapphire Tech YouTube channel, I'd like to say a massive thank you for checking out this video. If you are new around here, we'd like to invite you to slap that subscribe button and ding that little bell so you'll get notified of our future uploads. If you've enjoyed this video, or even better if it's helped you out, we'd appreciate it if you leave us a like. Alternatively, if you dislike this video, there's a button for that too, and all we ask is that you please let us know what you disliked about it so we can try and improve in future. With all that said, once again, thank you for watching this video, and until next time, we'll catch you later. Bye bye.